for all the wrong reasons. Nearly 40% of children in the town are growing up in poverty. Pretty high up on a national list of places with the problem. But why Middlesbrough all the time? Why is that a problem? Tracey Harrington is from Thrive Teesside, a charity that supports those living in poverty. Tracey, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Why is it always Middlesbrough?
Oh, it's always the North East, isn't it? Teesside in particular. We always face the wrath of all of the austerity policies and all the difficult things that are happening here.
What's the solution, Tracey?
The solutions is about giving every child the best start in life. It's about tackling some of these structural inequalities, and it's about making a difference to the people whose lives are really affected by austerity and welfare reforms.
Now, you deal with this day in, day out, Tracey. Just give me some examples then of what it means to be a child being brought up in poverty.
Well, what it means is that children, particularly living in our deprived communities, are going without. They're going without them life chances. They're having lower educational achievements. They're having inability to have a decent meal. And then as they're growing up, then poor life chances mean that they're unable to realise their potential. They haven't reached their academic potential, and they're hard then for them to secure employment.
So it's a vicious circle, isn't it? You know, it's a really difficult thing for any family to dig themselves out of.
It is, and what happens is when people then get into adulthood and they're still living in poor situations, what we're talking about is these health inequalities, that there's nearly 17 years difference for men who live in more affluent areas to those who live in more deprived areas. So that is actually like a dramatic statement to make, isn't it?
So when you talk about food poverty,
yeah.
I mean, because you deal with this every day, tell me how little food some children will be eating.
Well, particularly I'd say in the summer holidays or when schools are closed, so there's no breakfast clubs on, so they might be having to go without breakfast. Or the families don't have enough money to buy adequate nutrition throughout the day to feed them to the best. So young children are going hungry.
And then it's generally at this point, Tracey, somebody will text me and talk about, kids having mobile phones, having designer trainers, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And somebody will suggest that people haven't got their priorities right. What would you say to them?
Well, I'd say don't judge people, because you don't really know where them phones have come from. You don't know how their family are coping in that difficult situation. We don't make a judgment on people who are more affluent and buying different things in life, do we? And it doesn't help the situation. Then if you make a judgment, then you're not dealing with the real structural issues that are out there.
But could it be that they're buying designer clothes instead of putting food on the table?
No, I don't believe that happens for 1 minute. I've never seen evidence of that happening at all.
So what do we do in the short term then to fix it? What would you do?
In the short term, it's about our partners coming together, isn't it, and addressing the need. So we have to address the need, and we have to feed, clothe, and make sure people have enough income. But then we've got to attack those structural inequalities that are happening out there. We've got to raise unemployment, we've got to raise educational achievement, and we've got to give children the best start in life. That's what we must do.
I just spoke to the Mayor, Dave Budd. He says he's doing his best, but there's not a lot he can do as the Mayor. It's all down to central government. Is he right?
Well, of course, we've got cuts here, haven't we? We've got austerity measures with an unprecedented budget reduction that's never happened before. So I guess the local authorities are having to make real difficult decisions where they're targeting resources now, and they're making cuts to services themselves. And it's really hard then. So we're faced with an uphill challenge to try and redress the problem.
Tracey, thank you for that. Good to talk to you.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Tracey knows because she deals with it every day. Tracey is from Thrive Teesside. So what have you seen? What are your thoughts on this? Once again, Middlesbrough in the news for all the wrong reasons. 40% of children in Middlesbrough growing up in poverty. We're not, the worst for this. It's interesting when you look at the league table. It's the big cities like Birmingham and London. But Dave Budd, the Mayor, is quite right when he said, you think London's affluent, but of course you go to certain areas, as Dave mentioned, certain wards in any town or city, and you can have real problems, often next to a ward that can be really well off.